Just days away from the start of the 2025 NFL Draft, and it is final mock draft time. I had to submit my final mock draft to the media contest, and I am putting out every team's individual mock from that mock. I'm Jeremy Green of ESPN Radio Asheville and NFLDraft.net, and this is the final mock draft from me for the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers come on the clock at 22, and they're very lucky that a player has fallen right in their laps. It's Tetaoroa McMillan, wide receiver out of Arizona. I do not think wide receiver is the biggest need for the Chargers. I also don't think they can bypass a player that's this good, that's falling because of, I'm going to say this as clearly as I can, because of some bullshit. And we do this every year where, a guy doesn't love football, or he's a character risk, or he's a whatever. Yeah, we did that with Jalen Carter, too. How many teams do you think watch him on Super Bowl Sunday and go, damn, we could have had him? But we were worried that he drove cars too fast, and maybe he wasn't a fucking rocket surgeon. Who cares? Who cares? Is he a good football player? Yes. Tetaoroa McMillan is a good football player. He is a big receiver in the profile of Mike Evans. They do not play similarly. I don't know that he has the high-end speed. I also know that he's damn near 6'5", and he's very physical at the point of the catch. So I look at a team like the Chargers that have Ladd McConkey, that's going to really deal with slot guys. You've also got Mike Williams on one side. You got Quentin Johnston on the other side. So you're really big and you're really fast. I need a big physical receiver. And that's exactly what I get out of Tetaoroa McMillan. And I'm happy as hell to take him here at 22. I think this is his drop-dead spot in this class is with the Chargers. Second round, number 55, Landon Jackson, edge rusher out of Arkansas. This kid has a crazy wild story. He's had a lot of injury issues. Those seem to be in the past because he hasn't really had any issues in the last year and a half. His parents met as basketball players at McNeese State. His dad's a 6'11", former European League basketball player. Landon Jackson's almost 6'7", went to the combine, had one of the greatest athletic profiles I've ever seen. But then you put the tape on, and I didn't see that. I see him as a true 5-tech in this 3-4 for the Chargers. But I think the athletic profile gives me hope that maybe he just wasn't coached well. Maybe I don't know. I've never seen a guy with a damn near 40-inch vert at 6'7" that looked as unathletic at times on tape as Jackson did. That being said, he's one of the best run defenders in the class, has a very safe floor. And if you can unlock some of the potential that you saw with the vertical, with the 40, you could have a steal at the end here of the second round. Third round, my guy, Logan Paulson's guy, Terrence Ferguson, tight end out of Oregon. I think this kid's one of the better inline tight ends in this class. We have a lot of tight ends in 2025 that are in this class as tight ends, but they're really just big wide receivers. Oronde Gadsden is a big wide receiver. Elijah Arroyo is a big wide receiver. Mason Taylor, to a point, is a big wide receiver. Terrence Ferguson isn't. And he's got the profile, the body type, that I think he could be a good blocker in time. It's just going to take time. And you're going to have to develop him. In the meantime, he's a big-bodied tight end with soft hands. You got a year of Tyler Conklin that you can play Ferguson as the 2, and a year from now, he is your number 1 tight end and your tight end of the future. Fourth round, Clay Webb, center out of Jacksonville State. That kid started at Georgia, and because Jared Wilson was in his way, he transferred saying, I'm not going to get playing time. And I'll be honest with you, I think he's every bit as good as Wilson, if not maybe a little bit better in terms of a football player. He's not as freak athletic as Wilson is. Wilson's going to go ahead of him. I think Clay Webb falls somewhere in the late 4 to early 5, like right here with the Chargers. And he profiles as a starting center 1 year from now. Can also play guard. Was just an absolute road grader at Jacksonville State. 1 pick in round 5 for the Chargers, Zeke Biggers, nose tackle out of Georgia Tech. I think he is a raw ball of clay, but there are not many guys in this world that are as big as he is that can move like he does. You're just going to really have to refine him into a nose tackle. You're going to have to teach him how to be that run clogger. This is a prospective pick for down the line, but if you put the time in on him, everything I've heard is that he is an absolute grinder in the weight room, in the film room, in every room that they have, and I think you're going to be happy with what you get. Zeke Biggers, nose tackle out of Georgia Tech here at 158. Then the Chargers have a billion 6th-round picks. And I just started adding high-level competition. When we get to the last pick here, I'm going to explain why I drafted 2 centers for the Chargers. It's not because I think they need 2 centers. Start at 181. That's Ja Joyner, edge rusher out of Minnesota. Nice body frame. Profiles as a 3-4 outside linebacker. He's just raw. You got to really work on the feet with him because his feet right now don't always match his brain, and his pass rush plan needs a little bit of work. But there is a raw prospect in there that I think could turn into a real football player in the NFL. At 199, Bashel Tootin, running back out of Virginia Tech, super fast, had the fastest combine time of any running back. I don't love how he sets up blocks down the field because there are times it almost feels like he's playing at 2x speed. The problem is that his blockers are playing at 1x, and so he overruns them. So I said something on with the Commanders the other day that I don't love his vision. That's what I'm talking about. He has good spatial awareness. The problem is he can't set up blocks. So he just goes a million miles an hour, and sometimes he runs himself right into trouble. I think he's very fast, obviously, but he's going to need some time, and I really would like him to be a piece of an offense where there was a more bruising back, because I'm not sure that he's ever going to run between the tackles particularly well. That probably feels a little low to some people. It's not to me because this is a great running back class, and Tootin doesn't shine on tape. He's really good, and he put up numbers. You got to talk about the level of competition. Started at North Carolina A&T, wound up at Virginia Tech, and yeah, he put up numbers. He put up numbers in a bad conference that don't have a ton of defenders. I don't think he would have done that in the Big Ten. That does come into play when I look at him in the NFL. But he's also a damn good kick returner, and he's blindingly fast. 209, Chaz Chambliss, edge rusher out of Georgia. He is a straight 3-4 outside linebacker, pass rush specialist. Probably will never play against the run, but gives you a high upside with a high pass rush win rate. Jacob Bayer at 214. He is a natural center from Arkansas State. I feel like he and Webb both can play center, but they can also play guard. So to me, when I did this, Bayer was the developmental center. Webb was a sooner than later guard. They are both listed as centers, so that's how I had to list them on the form. But I think one will play guard and one will play center, but they both have the versatility to play center as well. Then finally, final pick of this mock for the Los Angeles Chargers, I get another running back, which, yes, that would sound weird until you look at their depth chart at running back and go, you don't have anything outside of Najee Harris. Jaquindon Jackson, running back out of Arkansas. There are a lot of people that are higher on him than I am. I think he can be a nice depth piece. I'm just not sure he's ever going to be more than that. I still like Kamani Vidal, and I think Vidal's probably going to have to get his opportunity somewhere else. But I just don't like his fit in this Harbaugh offense. The funny thing is I would have loved his fit with the previous regime. I just don't like him as much here. So here I get a thicker running back in Jaquindon Jackson to go with the speed burner in Bashel Tootin. Charger fans, how do you feel about this mock draft? Is there a player that I didn't draft that you would like to know why I didn't? Or do you just want to tell me I'm an idiot for taking 2 centers and 2 running backs? Because if you just look at the graphic, that looks like what I did. I'm Jeremy Green of ESPN Radio Asheville. We will be live for every pick of the 2025 NFL Draft from Green Bay, Wisconsin. We're on Radio Road, day 1, day 2, and then in the big bar at the Wisconsin Mansion in Lake Michigan for day 3. We're going to drink some beers. We're going to talk about your team, talk about all the players, and it's yours right here in the Sportsocracy.